I'm 6 feet tall, so it's close to that. Well, hey! Welcome to Indiana Success Happy Hour. Brian Quinlan here from Daniel's Real Estate and First Home Indy on YouTube.
And Brad
Thank you
Niccum
for
from Nest
doing it.
Mortgage Group. And Tasting Tequila with Brad. And Indiana Success Happy Hour.
There we go. All right. And you'll notice we have not one, but two guests tonight. Ladies, tell us who you are.
I'm Annie Fox. I am one of the co-owners of Staging and Home.
I am Nicole McCoy, and I'm also one of the co-owners of Staging and Home.
All right. Nicole, we're going to need you to speak up, I think. Of course, it is raining right now. It's pouring outside.
And I shut it off when you got here so you could get it sucked out.
That's true. Well, I did appreciate
You shut off the rain.
I did.
did, yeah,
It was
honestly.
pouring. He's like, I'm in the driveway. I was like, let me shut that off. He didn't quit. He came in.
it. Was,
I turned it down. So
it was great timing. Great timing. All right. Well, Brad, all right. Well, while you're pouring your tequila, I will talk about Dortmunder Gold Lager. Yeah. Great Lakes Brewing Company. This is out of Cleveland, and it's a gold lager. So that is actually a pretty solid gold color.
that's a dehydrated color.
That's right. A beer I have not had before, but I'm sure it's going to be just super delightful. And you are drinking tequila.
No, I'm not.
What?
Nope. Drinking mezcal.
Whoa.
Last night I got last week I got the opportunity to spend some time with Jake Lustig, the owner of Don Amada Tequila or Mezcal. He also is Arte Nam Tequila. He's royalty in the Mezcal tequila world.
Okay.
And this is the brand new to me, Don Amada Tepestate.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Pretty
he
close.
says it. It takes 28 years to grow this plant.
Get out.
Yeah, and they're only wild. They don't harvest, they don't cultivate them. So you have to find one. And
Oh my gosh.
they go cultivate it. So it's a little pricey.
That's why it's a little bottle.
But yeah, well, yeah,
You're only make so much.
it's a little free bottle. I probably have to pay for the big bottle, but yeah, I'm excited about trying.
All right. Well, Annie has a tequila. She was just introduced today, and she said Brad's probably going to talk about that one.
Yeah.
First of all, are you enjoying the tequila?
It's really good.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it.
Good start.
Hey, you're good at words.
Alma del Jaguar, tequila añejo, aged in vino de naranja.
From
Oh, gee whiz. Casks from Andalusia, Spain.
there you go.
Yeah.
Very special on the
I'm
bottle.
amazed I can see all those little letters.
I'll just let you do it. So this is fantastic. They're bourbon drinkers. Maybe not after now, but this is a great one to help swing somebody over to a much cleaner, better spirit.
Awesome. All right. Well, we brought you on the show today because we thought about some of our real estate episodes and the fact that there is one aspect of real estate we really haven't touched on, and that would be staging homes. Now, before we go that direction, however, how about a little background about the two of you?
Oh, so Nicole and I have been best friends since 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
We met at Meridian Middle School in 6th grade, and just, I don't even know how, like,
Just buddies.
we were just like, hi, nice to meet you. You want to be my best friend? And we just started hanging out and inseparable. And interestingly enough, Nicole and I were at Movies 8 and we met these handsome guys, and I married one of them
Oh, would that be you?
when I was 14.
That's our studio audience.
You married him when you were 14? Wow. Wow.
No, I
That's
met
pretty
him when
cool.
I was 14. We were in 8th grade then. And then just, and Nicole's the reason why we got reconnected when we were older and got married. So, yeah.
Groovy.
That's very cool.
Now, Nicole, I just met you tonight. So, Annie, one thing I do know about you is you were not an interior designer in your previous occupation.
Correct.
So you were, when I met you, anyways, you were in education.
Correct.
Was that your
Instructional designer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your background there?
Instructional design?
Sure,
How
whatever.
did I do? Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
instructional design, I've been in education since I graduated from IU and taught English as a second language, and just, God, I love curriculum. I mean, I could go on about this, but I won't go on and on, but I love, teaching, and I love the science of teaching. And so that's what instructional design is. And so I actually have my master's degree in curriculum and instruction, but had a couple of kids and didn't want to work full time, I guess, and decided,
Cool. Let's go into business
Let's
for
do
ourselves so
something
we don't
else,
have
right?
to work full time. We can work twice what full time is.
exactly, but on my own
Obviously.
schedule. So after the kids go to bed, I can send out an invoice.
There you go.
There you go.
And Nicole, what's your background?
Well, I went to school for nursing and also got married and had kids.
Okay. Where did you nurse?
I did not finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did not
Gotcha.
finish.
So you've been a stay-at-home mom, basically. Oh, that's
You should have said in the living room.
Decorating your house.
Decorating my house.
That's awesome. All right. So I know that you and your husband had started a in-home care kind of business
Yeah.
that I know you only lasted a short time and then you kind of got out of that. Yes.
No, we're still doing
Oh, you're
it.
still doing that.
Oh,
Okay.
I was hoping you would say yes. We didn't care.
It's what we like to call mailbox money.
Mm. Excellent.
What do you call your in-home care company? We don't give a shit.
It was a lot to get up and going. And
Oh, I
now
remember that
it
story,
is
yeah.
smooth sailing, and it's just all we have our, we stay up to date with all the things we have to. And, we have our insurance, we have our employees, and they clock in, clock out, and we just,
And the money shows up in the mailbox.
and it's just, yeah,
That's great.
mailbox.
All right.
Wow,
Now,
never had a business actually do that.
as we're talking about your husband who is sitting off camera here, he and I have been realtors together for several years now, and so that's how we met.
Yes.
Now, getting into the staging business, kind of a connection, obviously, to real estate. How did this whole business come about?
So if you don't know what staging is, so
Thank you.
staging is
I know.
basically like,
It's where you get the race cars ready for the Indy 500 and you
Right.
line them all up
Yes.
and you are staging them for the race.
correct.
That is correct.
Yes. So done here. No. So it's actually kind of like real estate marketing, which I don't think people realize. And so it's a bit of buyer psychology and design to help to market homes in real estate. So they go hand in hand. And I'm super nosy about houses. I'm always looking at houses when they're going on the market and always, scrutinizing things, like looking at them, and decided this opportunity came up to buy the company, and we said, let's go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you stage this room differently?
Well, no. So staging is not for living in necessarily. It's
Yeah.
really for people to be able to create an emotional connection to the home. And so this is set up how you would live here.
I think
Right?
people would get sad and come right to the bar and drink. And have an instant
whole
emotional
point.
connection.
There you go. There you go.
So, I mean, I've obviously shown homes that are completely vacant. I've shown homes that are completely furnished. At the beginning of my real estate career, I never really thought much about it. And how does the psychology work with the whole staging thing?
So, I mean, you're creating this space that people can get an emotional connection to, and they really start to see themselves living in the home, right? And so you've got it. I can just tell a little story. We staged a house in Mooresville, and it was next to the parents' home, the person who was selling. And when she came in and saw what we had done in the staging, she said, they should have done this. She really loved the way that we set up the dining room table and just, set everything up. And she was like, they should have done this. And, you kind of want people to think, I don't want to move now, right? Because they see that, the way it can be set up. So, yeah.
So if you stage a place and I really like it, can I buy all the furniture that's been staged or all the things that have been staged inside of it?
We would consider it. I mean, some of the furniture is not that comfortable, just for looks, to be honest.
I get that. You go to these fancy stores, I've sat down on some of these couches where you're like, why? Why is this couch like this?
Why is this a couch?
Exactly.
Why would someone design this? So
The chair.
I know, just because James has told me this, when you create and it's literally creating a bed, let's say, in a room
Yes.
that isn't a bed.
Correct.
What's underneath there?
It's boxes and an air mattress, but you would never know,
No.
and it's really standard. So stagers either use tables, like the folding tables, or they use the boxes with air mattresses.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
When we used to look at homes, when my wife and I were looking to buy homes, the first thing I did was jump on the person's bed. So
We have a sign. It says for staging purposes only.
And that still wouldn't stop me from jumping on that bed. I would have been down
He's
with the
not
boxes.
reading the
I'm not
signs.
reading the sign.
Well, how awkward would that phone call be?
Hey, I fell
Well,
on your bed.
My client checked out the bed, and oh, that's
When you go to the bed store, do you check out the beds?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, if I'm looking at a
absolutely.
house, I'm going to check out the bed
Oh,
too.
there you go.
that's what you're supposed to.
Look for a sign.
I always go through the medicine cabinets and stuff too.
That's pretty popular as well.
How Matthew Perry kept his fix on.
What?
Did you read the book?
No.
Yeah.
Ay.
He would go to open houses and look for codeine and Oxycontin in people's medicine cabinets.
Huh.
Yep. That's in the book. I didn't make it up. He can't get mad at me.
That is a sad.
You didn't know he has a book?
Now you do, and
Well-
there's a part of it you may just want to skip.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about his addiction to drugs. So it kind of isn't hard. It'd be a hard part to skip.
All right. So in your world, how do you get paid? Like, is it the seller pays you? Does the realtor pay you? How does all that work?
That's a great question. So
Thank you.
kind of going back to when we're saying, it's real estate marketing. So the seller can pay, right? And so, or the agent can pay, right? And so it kind of depends. It could be like a marketing tool of like, hey, I know that this works and, I can pay, or the seller can pay. I think most of the time we've had the seller pay. A couple of times we've had the agents pay. Just because like there was one in Franklin where she was like this, it was next to new builds. So it was like the first phase of a neighborhood. And she was just like, we're up against these new
horrible
builds.
place to try to sell.
And so she was like, this needs staged. And it was a new house. It was only a couple of years old. And so we went in and staged it and it sold fast. So
So what's the most expensive home that you've ever staged?
We've done quotes I did a quote for a $2 million home. We can tell you a story about that one, but, and it would
Can you tell it on the podcast, or does it have to wait till afterwards?
I can tell it.
Oh,
Without
okay.
saying anything specific,
We'll go back to that. Go ahead.
but
The address was.
it was a $2 million home in Zionsville. They ultimately decided not to use us. And it was going to be $3,500 to stage that house. It wasn't a full stage.
That's all?
It was going to be, yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I've been to a $2 million house in Zionsville. It's a shack.
If it had been a full staging, it probably would have been $5,000.
Okay.
But that's like the top. You know,
Gotcha.
so the average cost for staging is $2,500.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Yeah.
It's not bad.
And
And
do I have to get all of my stuff out for you to then stage
That's a
it?
good question.
that's another. So we do vacant homes and we also do occupied home staging. And so we just did one that is occupied home staging. One of Sean's clients, and she just wanted everything to look cohesive. And so we brought in our furniture and we moved some of her furniture around and moved some of her stuff out. And so we'll do both occupied home staging. And we also do consulting where we can just tell somebody things to do in their home.
Ever look, somebody said, you got to get this shit out of here.
Yeah, we say it to our
You don't have to get all your stuff, but that there has got to go.
That couch and that fax machine should have left here in 1997.
Yes.
I understand the leather chair's been in your house for 25 years. It's got to go.
Oh, wait a minute. My leather chairs are bad.
Yes, gone.
My favorite thing is I stick to them when I sit. I'm just kidding. We keep the plastic on the lawn.
That's correct. Yeah, that's awesome.
That way the smoke doesn't mess them up.
Now, being a relative startup, because you've only been doing this since what, late last year?
We closed in January.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the two of you and occasional muscle help from that guy.
Yes.
Like, how long does it take you to stage a house? Obviously, size matters.
What do you think? 5 hours? Yeah. Usually from start to finish. So we go in and we do a design walkthrough. And so that takes us probably an hour or 2 hours to do that. And then we go back to the warehouse. So we have a warehouse full of furniture.
Oh, I've seen.
So I don't know if you were going to ask that question, but it's, full of furniture.
For some reason, I was picturing Fox coming home for dinner and going, I take it the couch and the table had to go to the house today. And him just sitting on a beanbag with a TV tray.
I've taken stuff out of our
I'm
house.
sure you have.
Yeah, you have.
And so we'll do that and then we pack and then but the actual day of staging, it takes us about 5 hours.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. That's not bad. All right. In essentially the stuff you put in there, is there a timeline and a contract of how long they keep the stuff, or is it really just until the house sells?
So our quote, say it's 2,500, it's for 60 days.
Oh, okay.
And then if it doesn't sell within the 60 days, then we can continue it, and it's $200 a month to like rent the furniture. But honestly, we rarely get to that 60 days because the houses sell.
It's awesome.
Well, we're
Yeah.
still in a good market.
We are here in Asia, that's for sure.
But I can tell you. So actually a house that we uninstalled today, it had been on the market since November, and it wasn't selling. And so they contacted us in March. And we staged it, and in 14 days they had an accepted offer. And that's not a coincidence.
Oh, all right.
Nope. Did they adjust the pricing at all either?
I don't think so.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like, we staged it and we dropped the price $20,000. Well,
Yeah.
they sold it for $20,000.
And we do say our tagline is staging costs less than your next price drop.
No, that's a good tagline. That's something important to know.
Yep.
All right. So, do you have any statistics in terms of like how much quicker maybe a home might sell if it were staged versus not?
Yeah. Statistics say that it's 80% faster
That's
if
nice.
it's unstaged. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So how many homes do you think you could stage at one time? Like, do you have like a number where you're like,
There's only so much furniture in the warehouse.
Well, we have nine staged right now. Yeah. And we have enough, probably do another 10 or so right now.
Awesome.
So we can have 20 at a time, but yeah.
And I know, like myself, you're a South Sider.
Yes.
So do you only do homes on the South Side?
we're in Zionsville?
I know, but that's what they didn't get the job.
That's because they stole our ideas.
Oh,
Yeah. I am a sucker, and I wrote a report, and I believed that they were going to sign with us, and they didn't. But they just did what we told them to
it
do.
was the accent.
The South Side.
Yeah, they're like, I don't think they can do it in Zionsville.
Understand.
But no, we stage all over. We actually staged a house in Elwood, Indiana.
All right.
Wow, what'd you take up there? Like a wagon?
Came in a covered wagon.
I drive through Elwood all the time. I'm from Wabash.
James
little
left the
town.
Tesla at home that day.
I drove the Tesla there, so I can
Oh,
say
what?
Holy cow. Everybody in town knew you were there. They're like, they were doing the party lines on the phones. Hey, do you see the Tesla that's in town? There's another rich person from the city.
Well, you got
I'll
that
meet
job.
you down at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, we did.
See, they got the job.
We
So
got
it
the job.
worked.
Well, those people were impressed. They're
I
from the
know.
city. They
I
had a
know.
Tesla.
All right. So let's say that somebody, whether it's a realtor or a homeowner, wants to get in touch. Is there any fee for coming out to do a consultation?
no.
Okay.
Sounds like you should have a contract. You might need to consult an attorney.
No, there's no fee to come out and do like the walkthrough, but we have decided, since we got burned, that we won't do a report.
But
if they do pay, it's a couple. We haven't decided, $250.
Working on
And then that'll go into the design, into the staging costs if they do use us, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
I look at the price of the furniture they have in their house and then go, it's going to be like $1,000.
I think this is 7,000. All right. So aside from the pre-consultation, how would people go about getting in touch with your company?
Call us.
Oh,
Follow us on social media.
okay.
What's your social media handle?
Staging in home. So
Love it.
I'm going to tell you guys.
Oh,
so
please.
what do we have in common with your Indiana success and our staging in home? That
Mortgage
in
and real
home,
estate.
in home is Indiana.
Yeah,
So and yours is Indiana, and ours.
that's right.
It's not just staging in home; it's Indiana.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a capital I, capital N.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I picked up on that.
I was a little slower on that, but I had trouble in school.
And I have to say, like, I like selling brand new construction homes. But what I don't like is walking through new construction homes that are no furniture anywhere
Mhm.
because they make terrible videos.
Mhm.
The homes are really nice, but without any furniture in a room, it's just like, okay, here's a bedroom. Here's a bedroom. Oh, look, it's a kitchen. You could put your stuff over here. And that's where I see the real value. And I'm not just talking new construction, this speak for anybody.
Yeah.
The real value for staging for sure.
Absolutely.
And especially at the dollar amount you're talking about. Like, heck yeah.
Yeah, that's
It seems like a no-brainer,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I mean, if it was 1997, and the average home selling was $93,000, we're talking a different ballgame. But
Yeah.
It's
$300,000 house median at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
several way more than that.
Yeah, and like you said, staging a home is less expensive than a price decrease.
And excuse me, and it's less than maybe a mortgage payment. So if your house is going to stay on the market for only, 30 days instead of 90,
Yeah.
you're saving mortgage payments.
And you guys, it's like at 38th and Post, you probably can do a great job cleaning up crime scene.
There may or may not be a house that's staged somewhere
Can you put the table over that stain?
somewhere that still hasn't
I
sold.
think a floor rug would go
Once
really
that
nice right
masking
here.
tape comes off, you put a lounger over there.
When a
Wow.
home that you have staged goes under contract, do you take the furniture out or do you wait till closing?
We wait until all contingencies are removed.
Good. All
Yeah.
right.
But there could be a point where the person says, I'd like to buy X furniture. And
Yeah. We've had people ask to buy furniture, and we didn't sell that table. No, we wanted that table.
But I think that'd be a really good sign of staging if the person buying the house would, look, I just want to buy all of this.
Yeah.
And I've seen it on Selling Sunset, but I've never seen it happen in real life.
In Indiana.
Not in Indiana, no.
Well, but it does,
Face
people
it,
do ask.
All the realtors in Indiana look like this guy. Not like the Selling Sunset realtors. I guess I've never seen you in a set of high heels, so.
Yeah, that's true. And my chest size is a little smaller.
As you made
That includes the guys. They work out.
They do work out. Yeah. And they're 30.
Yeah, that too. That's true. All right. What do you want people to know that maybe we haven't touched on with staging homes?
I know she has more to say than
I
what
know.
she said this whole show.
Do not pass that
It's
to
not.
Nicole.
Well, I mean, just that it is, real estate marketing, really, and if you
Totally.
want, and I think that's something that people don't understand. And it's not just putting a couch in a living room and going, there you go,
Mhm.
because I think some people think that it's where that you're just throwing something in there and, going, oh, I hope it sticks. But,
Yeah.
there is
I hope it sticks. We moved these milk crates and these boards all the way from the dorm room.
yeah. And, just that, it's definitely a process. It's a process and, we're professionals and, just to stage at home.
Yeah.
Do it.
I haven't seen yours, but I've seen many in my years in the mortgage business of doing open houses with realtors and then, walking in a house and going, wow. And they're like, yeah, it's none of the people's stuff. This is all staged. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. So I learned about it years ago, but doing open houses. So I know there's such a huge value that it's really up to the realtor probably to convey that value for you.
Yeah.
And if you get the chance, you probably could sell it better than the agent probably.
Yeah. And we did a presentation for Daniel's real estate. We've done other presentations for other brokerages and, just helping to, get the word out. And there are other staging companies here in Indianapolis.
Sure.
A
They're
lot
not
of them,
good.
a lot of them are like in Carmel. What'd you say? Not as
Said
good.
they're not
Yeah.
good.
I mean, they
They really do the trailers in town. That's what they do. They
You know.
specialize in the mobile homes.
they do a great job. A lot of them are in Carmel,
Sure.
north side.
The mobile homes in Carmel, they're not
Never
allowed.
mind.
They're
You
not
can't even
allowed.
drive an RV to Carmel.
But
All right. Well, I want to say thanks to both of you for coming out and sharing your story and telling us about the business stuff we didn't know much about. Cheers
thanks
to
for
you.
having us.
There's a guy that's coming up next named Wade, and he's probably going to sell a house soon. So you may want to talk to him about
There we
staging
go.
property.
There we
It's
go.
on.
All right. Well, to you all who stayed for this episode, thanks for watching the Indiana Success Happy Hour. See you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.